Join me as I dive deep into the question, does God really hear our silent screams when we're all alone? I'm going to explore this idea and share my personal thoughts on it. We've all been there, feeling like we're drowning in our own struggles, yet no one seems to notice. Our silent screams echo through the darkness, and it feels like no one's listening. It's a heavy burden to carry, the weight of our unspoken pain. We might put on a brave face for the world, but inside we're hurting. When we're lost in our own world of hurt, it can be crippling. Every day feels like a struggle to get out of bed. We try to put the brave face on, then pretend that everything is okay. But deep down, we are screaming for help. We're screaming for someone, anyone, to acknowledge our pain. We want someone to just listen, just hear our side. The feeling of being unheard and unseen can be overwhelming. It's like being stuck in a crowded room, surrounded by people, yet feeling completely isolated. We're searching for a lifeline, a beacon of hope to guide us through the darkness. And often, it feels like that lifeline is nowhere to be found. We're left to face our demons alone, with no one to turn to. The fear of being ignored or dismissed can be paralyzing. We need to create a safe space for people to open up and share their emotions and struggles, and not be afraid to speak up because no one wants to be rejected or judged. So, there are times we suffer in silence. Our screams are muffled by the fear of being viewed as vulnerable or weak. But what if I told you that you're not alone? Grief, anxiety, and depression can be suffocating. They can make us feel like we're drowning in our own emotions, unable to escape the undertow. I remember the time I was in deep grief. To set things off, I was fired from a job I truly loved. The separation ripped my innermost being. That was the first whammy to start my path of grief. A few months later, my dad passed away. That was the second whammy. I barely had time to process the first, then the second one happened. And in those moments, it felt like my tears and silent screams were going unnoticed. No one seemed to hear me, no one seemed to care. But what if I tell you I knew that was not true? I remember the story of a close friend who was struggling with depression. Sometimes she felt like she was at the end of her rope with no one to turn to. Being molested as a young girl, she often experienced some dark moments. But in one of her darkest moments, she found strength to cry out to God, pouring her heart out to Him. And in that moment, she felt His peace begin to cover her like a warm blanket, and she realized that she wasn't alone, that her silent screams had indeed been heard. It was a turning point for her. She began to see that she wasn't isolated and that God really did care about her tears and struggles. And that realization gave her the strength to keep going. Every day wasn't sunny, but she started to heal and to find hope in the darkness. The comfort of knowing that our silent screams are heard can be a powerful thing. It can give us the courage to face our struggles head on, to not be afraid to seek help when we need it. It can remind us that we're not alone and that God places people in our lives that really care about our well-being. In the end, it's about recognizing that life has a way of dishing out our silent struggle moments, and they are very real. But there's comfort to be found in faith and community support. If you've ever felt like your silent screams were going unnoticed, I want to hear about it. Share your story in the comments below. And if you're struggling to find hope in difficult times, check out my next video on finding light in the darkness.